Hey everybody, welcome back to stream. Sorry about what happened earlier. Had some less than great streaming today. Not terrible, not great. Just dealing with a rather annoying scenario. Had a troll come in the chat and screw up the stream, and I wish I could say that it didn't happen like that, but whatever. I think the problem is resolved. I don't know. I'm gonna keep an eye on the lab page. I swear to God, I better not have to fucking stop the stream and turn off the fucking like meter just to fix this. But yeah, give me a second or two, actually. I'm not having a good day, if you guys couldn't tell. I'm sorry if this is, like, overtly negative and just not fun to watch right now. I'm trying my best to make the stream somewhat enjoyable for everybody. Just that's one thing I'll never understand or never like about streams is dealing with trolls. I don't really care too much, but it's like you have so many things you can do with your day, so many ways you can do good things or cool things or whatever. Also, I apologize, we're going to miss out on the first 40 I had to do because I had to unlist the stream, and I feel a little bad about that, but I mean, whatever. Anyway, like I was saying, I don't understand that. Why spend all your time in a day doing something entirely negative instead of doing something positive? Why waste your time trolling on somebody's video and disliking and doing this crap when you could just be doing something productive? I don't get it. I'm not going to pretend to care too much and get too wound up about it. I just wanted to put an end to it and go back to getting stream going normally. It's not something I like. It's a problem. YouTube should probably address it. Either remove dislikes from live streams, or the other alternative being maybe allow blocked users to not be able to dislike videos, because it doesn't really feel fair. That's the only thing I could say about it. But let's try to change the subject. Where were we before we got sidetracked anyway? I think we were talking about game collaborations for a little bit. I talked about Pokemon Conquest, and then I talked about, what's it called, Starlink a little bit. I didn't really care for Starlink. I haven't played Conquest. I need to play it sometime. I need to try out Pokemon Conquest. It looks pretty good. It might be a fun time. We'll see. I'll see how I feel with my schedule, and if I have enough time to squeeze in some time for it. I've been wanting to do Pokemon spin-offs for a little bit and try some other stuff, so I wouldn't mind playing Conquest alongside some other spin-offs. Maybe Coliseum and XD at some point as well. Let's see, where was I last? I guess we'll talk about Star Fox and, like, what was it again? Starlink crossover. I found that to be okay. I didn't really love it. I didn't find the content to be great. It was kind of boring. It was just really, it was literally just they decided to put it up where it was fucking little side story for Star Fox. I don't see how people loved it as much as Zero. I mean, Zero had problems, but I don't think Zero is that bad. I don't know. Maybe my opinion's in the minority, whatever. Star Fox Guard was good, and I still think that game deserved a lot of praise either way. Star Fox Zero, it's, well, if you can play it for yourself and decide, or just watch it, whatever, but I mean, I still think it's a decent game. I don't really care too much, though. I wish they could have done better with Star Fox Zero. I need to check out the Starlink DLC or whatever it was, where they updated the game with, like, additional Star Fox content, and there was, like, a bigger part in the Wolf storyline. Like, apparently, the whole Star Wolf team is involved in the, like, extra added stuff they put in, so I'm assuming it's fairly good and worth checking out, so I would say it's probably something I have interest in. I don't know if I'd play it or not. Starlink was not a very great game in my opinion, though. It was boring and kind of bland, and it felt like a mid opportunity for a crossover, because it wasn't really something that was established. Just weird thing. It wasn't that Toys to Life topic I was going to talk about, which we'll talk about a little later. I think I talked about F-Zero a little bit in, like, Fast RMX, Fast Racing Neo. Those games are pretty cool. I think the studio behind them is called Shinin or whatever. I've played a little bit of that. I still want to see a traditional F-Zero game and something that's closer to X or GX or the original F-Zero, something like that. I hope we get a new F-Zero at some point. Sucks the ones that made GX are dead, like that studio is no longer a thing. What's the one that... And the company who's behind it? Let me see. I know it's Sega, but they had like a subsidiary working on it. Let's see what this says when I check it actually. I think it's Arcade Vision or something like that. Maybe it was Amusement Vision or what the fuck they called them. Something along those lines. Oh wait, I gotta add one so I forgot. You have to type the dash when you're typing F-Zero. Okay, there we go. F-Zero GX. Let's see what it says. Amusement Vision. That was their name. Okay, I thought so. Yeah, they've been completely dissolved from Sega, so not exactly sure we'll ever see another one like GX. Hey, Anime Traps, good to see you. Welcome to stream. Glad you could make it. You missed out on a shit show, so I'm kind of glad you came now instead of earlier. There was a dislike troll on the video, and I had to fucking stop the stream in order to get him off the stream completely, so... Yeah, today's been rough having that kind of problem. Congrats on the Regigigas, though. That's exciting. I'm still, like, fairly deep in here, not getting a lot of progress, as you can see. Yesterday was good, though. Yesterday was really good. I came on, I got... What was it? 218 or something encounters for Regirock, and boom, already popped up shiny. It feels so relieving to have a quick shiny hunt after all the struggle just to get that Regirock. I don't think I'm going to be doing Regieleki as soon as I get Registeel, though. I don't have it in me right now. I've been so busy with this and, like, wasting so much time. I think I want to go back to a little bit of Dynamax Adventures once I get done with Registeel and take it easy for a little bit. Not rush into the next shiny hunt, because this gets a little taxing doing this on stream and doing this several days in a row. Let's see here. Oh yeah, something on some new stuff that happened actually. Apparently the Balan Wonderworld demo dropped today. I thought that was tomorrow, actually, and I think on Saturday I'm going to set up a stream for the sake of we can sit down and play demos. It's only going to be 2 demos, though. I'm going to set up for Monster Hunter Rise, and I'll set up for that Balan Wonderworld demo, and then stream through me playing both of those. Seems like a fun thing to do for a little side thing, and something that'll be worth it, so I think that'll be something that'll be a good distraction. So I'm finished the Crown Tundra decks. Shiny Regis. Yeah, I don't blame you there. I've still been unsure about that myself. I'm not sure if I'm going to bother finishing it since the rewards are not the best. I mean, I might finish it anyway. I'm obviously going to worry about my shiny Regis. I'm guessing you're probably going to get your hands on the... I had something on my fucking chat thing that I didn't pay attention to. My bad. I accidentally fucking left the chat thing open and I was fucking leaving the fucking button prompt for adding to the encounter on there. I need to get that out of there in case I need a message for something. Anyway, like I was saying, I'm guessing you're probably going to go after the 3 Swords of Justice, or are you not going to bother with them? I'm personally... Jeez, I fucking hate having to fucking hear motors right outside my window all the time. Just a benefit of living near a highway. Or, not really, you get what I'm saying. Like I was saying, I'm not likely to do them. I think I considered my options well enough and looked at all the shiny hunting I'm done. I think I am done with, like, the static encounter hunts once I get done with the Regis. I'm not gonna waste my time on the Swords of Justice. Maybe if there's another Pokemon game eventually that I actually have interest in, then I'll bother with the Swords of Justice and that, but I I'm not fucking bothering with the other 3 when I get done with this. I'm just gonna take the Reggies and be through. I'm not gonna bother. The encounter shiny at least is not shiny locked. Well, if you're still gonna get all of them, then have fun, because that means you've got Terrakion. I don't know how you say that. It's this name, Virizion, unless I said that wrong. And then Cobalion, so you still got 3 more you gotta shiny hunt, and I'm sure those won't be fun. I mean, one thing I can say, looking at the Swords of Justice, though, I do think it's probably an easier shiny hunt. I don't know if I'm right about that, but I mean, shiny hunting the Swords of Justice seems to be, you go over to where they spawn at, you bump into them, then you run away if it's not shiny, and you, like, yeah, you pull out your tent and get the camping started, and then you take the tent back down and it spawns where you're standing at. So I'm assuming that if you do that, it's much quicker than the Reggies, because it's literally just run away, re-encounter the legendary, and then you focus on and checking it for shiny. Seems like a very, very quick shiny hunting method, even if it's not guaranteed to be quick. I mean, this, every time you do it, you either have to do A, a soft reset, or B, do a runaway encounter and sit here and redo the floor pattern, so this is just inherently slower every time you do it. Yeah, I like the Dynamax Adventures. I haven't had the urge to do them right now because I wanted to target getting all of my machines where I was like, goddamn, I got so fucking frustrated when I was speaking for some reason. Excuse me, like I was saying, though, yeah, I'm probably going to do den stuff after this, just because the fact I want to go and get some of my other legendaries that I have on target for shinies after I'm done with this. I'm not going to spend too much time away from the Reggies because I want to be done, but I'm going to go back to the dens. I think I've got a decent balance of what I want to shiny hunt. Is the yellow case even believe he is shiny? Yeah, I can understand that. It's a nightmare to sit there and get stuck on shiny hunting so long and not have any results, and it just kind of makes you lose hope after so long. It's not a fun feeling. I hope this one goes quickly. I mean, I can't really complain either way because it makes me feel like I'm being ungrateful if I complain about not getting Registeel quickly when I got a Regirock in like 218 encounters, but it'd be nice to get this Registeel in a quick amount of encounters and be done under 1,000. Hopefully that can happen. God, Regice was Regice was testing my patience, though. It was also testing my sanity. Fucking 3220 fucking encounters. Went through over 3,000 for that fucker, and I swear to God, if I had not been looking at my screen and saw that it sparkle, I would have been screwed. I did not realize it was shiny until the sparkle popped up, so I'm grateful that it ended up going well. Wishing luck, thanks, I appreciate it, man. It's been very, very slow set of shiny hunts lately outside of the one. I hope this Registeel goes fast, though. I really, really do. I'm honestly looking forward to the next hunt after Registeel, because after I get done with Registeel, I'm going back to the Dynamax Adventures, and I'm going to do Latios next after this. I think my mind is made up. I want to start on Latios and do Latios next, and from there, I'm not certain of what I want to do for, like, the next encounter. It's either I go from Latios to Zygarde, or I do Latios to Regieleki, and either one of those could be frustrating depending on which one I do. Part of me wants to do Zygarde first and get it out of the way. I don't know if that's a good idea, though. I'm not looking forward to going after Zygarde, though. All the times I've seen people hunting it, oh, it's enough to give you a little bit of fear. Fucking wipes out teams like crazy easy. Hard to take down, and I've seen a lot of people who've had really, really high numbers hunting Zygarde. That's a shiny hunt that makes me feel a little bit of fear for how bad it's going to be. I'm looking into, like, maybe getting some help from a friend group on this, but I don't actually know if that's going to be a thing or not right now. If it does, then cool, I'll be able to shiny hunt Zygarde soon. If not, whatever. I actually missed the easy shiny hunting from Dynamax Adventures a little bit. Just because the fact it's not as taxing and you can get your shiny hunts over fairly quickly. Ugh, fuck. Give me just a second or two. I'm just thinking on some things right now. I don't know why. I feel like I'm fucking really tired. Probably because I didn't get a lot of sleep last night. I had a really rough time falling asleep. Just a moment or two. Okay, I got something I can bring up for a minute. This is something that I figured would be fun for a little bit. You guys ever buy, like, well, may not buy, but maybe use would be a better word, those little drone things you can use to fly around? I've been looking at some stuff like that online out of, like, curiosity. I don't know if there's actually any practical purpose to owning one. I've thought about picking one up. It seems like it'd be a good way to mess around, maybe a hobby, and lets you explore stuff without actually bothering to sit down and have to fucking walk around. I've thought of picking one up. Only problem is they're really, really pricey. I've been looking at, like, getting some new stuff to mess around with, like, recently out of curiosity, anything good, and drones one of the things I've been thinking about, but I don't think I'm going to buy one, at least not anytime soon if I bother. So let me see, just checking on chat messages. The rest of the starters next. Rowlet, Torchic, Trico, and Mudkip. Yeah, I wish I could get more of the ones I want, and I probably could sit down and afford to get most of the shinies that I'm missing out on, but I also don't intend to take any time away from this crap. If I do, then it means wasting time that could be going on these Reggie hunts and getting them over with, and I'm sure it wouldn't take much time out of Dynamax Adventures, but I also don't feel like I'm going to be going back to Dynamax Adventures too soon. I have a feeling we're going to have to wait a bit on Registeel. I hope I'm wrong about that. I really, really do. If we get a fast Registeel, that'll be good. I want to go back and shiny hunt the starters. I just haven't felt like I've had a good opportunity for it, honestly. You know, I'll be honest, and this is just like maybe an unpopular opinion. Oh, excuse me. Regarding, like, the Dynamax Adventures. There's one thing I don't really love about Dynamax Adventures. It's not really a big deal. I kind of like to have Pokemon in their first form when I get them shiny. Not always, but in a lot of scenarios, I like to be able to catch a Pokemon I want in its first form and evolve it up on my own. If I'm getting a shiny like I did with my Grovyle and I evolved it into Sceptile, I want to have a Trico form, have it in Trico form at one point, and now if I want to get a Trico, I still have to breed for a Trico since I got shiny Grovyle. Don't really care too much, but I mean, I would have liked to have been able to have a shiny Trico that I could sit down in my box as well as a shiny Sceptile, so I don't know. Also, I'm not sure if I'm going to bother with, like, going after multiples of any Pokemon. I don't know if I want to finish any of the, like, evolution lines completely. Maybe I'll bother. I mean, it's not exactly a bad idea. If I get another Grovyle, then yeah, I'm probably going to get a Trico just for the sake of having an entire Trico family just so I can have one. You have Squirbunny, Sobble, Grookey, and Squirtle. Popplio. That's pretty good, actually. You're nearly done with the entire set of starters, it looks like. Meanwhile, I don't have that many shiny starters on my game. I mean, I have some. Let's see. I've got G-Max Charizard from a raid that I got from, like, a person who was helping out with, like, G-Max shinies. I got the Bulbasaur that I transferred from Go over here now, I evolved him up to a Venusaur. And I've also gotten a Squirtle that you guys saw me hunt for back after Yamask or what. No, I think it's after Rookie D or whatever, something around that time. You guys probably remember me doing the Squirtle hunt. That was a fun one. As well as Scorbunny and, let's see. I think the only other one is actually the Sceptile I got as a Grovyle. I think outside of that, I haven't got any others. I've been meaning to do more of the starter Pokemon, but I haven't bothered with it. You know, I'm actually really upset that they didn't include, like, all the starters in the DLC. I want them to bring back all the Pokemon, because I think it's a good idea, but yeah, I would have liked it if we could have had every Pokemon and also all the starters back, for sure. Would have been nice to have them all in this game in HD. I would have loved to at least have my 2nd gen starters in this game. I don't know. Would have been great to just have them back. I would have hunted for all 8 generations of starters if I had the option to, but whatever. Let me see. Are you getting Gigas to full affection? Oh boy, have fun with that. I don't even bother with that usually, considering that when I do that stuff, it's usually for evolution. I think I've only done that, like, once or twice in this game, because it takes a lot of camping and playing and curry cooking and stuff, and I didn't bother with it, so I didn't actually do it for more than what was necessary. It's not bad, I just feel like the way you get max affection of this game is very, very tedious and takes a lot of time, and I'm not a fan of sitting there wasting time with the toys and doing the cooking stuff. I just don't feel like I enjoy it a lot, so I don't really bother with it. I don't know. I guess there is benefit to it. You can get, like, return stronger and whatnot. I'm not sure, like, all the benefits. I know you can get certain things like them dodging attacks if you raise their friendship level, but I'm pretty sure that's not outside of, like, just normal play. I don't think it works in competitive. I might bother with that when I feel like I've got some free time, though. I don't know. You know, I've been thinking on, like, what my next big shiny hunt is going to be that's it's not a legendary, or not even that, I guess. Like, I've been thinking of what I want to do next. If I don't go straight over to Latios, which I think I'm probably going to, I think my next shiny hunt's going to be getting my hands on shiny Beldum. I've been wanting to do that hunt for a little while now. Beldum has a fucking awesome looking shiny, and also the whole entire line of Pokemon. They all have great designs, and the shiny design for Metang and also Metagross looks really, really good. I want to get my hands on Beldum, so I'm going to get a shiny Beldum hunt started, like, in the near future. I don't know how long I'm going to bother with it. Hopefully it won't be too long, but who knows. You know what the worst part of hunting Beldum is? Well, I was going to say about hatching, it's not the only thing. Technically, I guess really when I say this, the worst part of hunting Beldum is there's 2 major problems. For one, Beldum has the worst catch rate out of, like, a normal Pokemon that I can at least remember. Like, I'm pretty sure Beldum has legendary catch rate. They had it in, like, Gen 3 or 4 like that, and they never changed it back to normal capture rate. So if you want to catch it in the wild, it's a 3% chance of, like, catching it. And if you do breeding, Beldum's one of those egg Pokemon that's a slow hatcher. So you do it through breeding, you gotta sit there and take extra time to hatch all the eggs on it. No matter which method you use for Beldum, seems like there's gonna be some serious pain involved in catching it. Unless you want to sit down and use a fucking Master Ball on it, and I'll be frank, I don't have any intent to throw a Master Ball at a Beldum, so I'm not gonna do that. I've got one for my breeding already. I actually caught, like, a Premier Ball one. It took me fucking, like, 10 minutes of me sitting there battling it and fucking resetting the weather with rain over and over again. Not a fun process, I'll say that much. Very much an annoying process. Ugh, fuck. Speaking of starters, since we talked about it, actually, what's everyone's favorite starter for any generation? Or you can talk about favorites from whatever gen if you want to. I'm just curious since they brought that up, actually. I don't know what my exact favorite is. I definitely feel like I lean a little bit into the Charmander line just because Charizard is an all-time favorite for me. I've always had a big soft spot for Charizard, so always found him to be really great. I like all the Gen 2 I want to say legendary, I'm going to say Gen 2 new starters, like, equally. I don't know if there's one of them I prefer more than the other, so they're all kind of tied, and if I'm guessing on my second favorite starter Pokemon that I've actually used, I'd probably be quick to lean towards Trico. I don't know why. When I was playing Gen 3, Trico's design just, like, kind of caught my attention. It's got a very, very nice design to it, and it looks really, really good, and frankly, the whole line of the Trico family just looks really good. I like Grovyle, I like Sceptile. Pretty good Pokemon. Only downside is it doesn't have a secondary typing, so find that to be a little bit disappointing. Not really a big deal, but it's a little odd when you see Blaziken and Swampert have a second type, and then there's Sceptile, no second type. I don't know. I'm gonna do something really quick with the live stream. Don't mind me. I want to check on thing on the live page really fast, just to make certain something. Okay, well, I actually forgot to fucking copy the link for Discord. Fuck. I was meaning to, and I got distracted. Let me do that. There we go. I think we're good now. I think I was talking about some stuff earlier, and I got a little sidetracked where I talked on Starter Talk. I mean, you guys want to discuss that, you're more than welcome to. I think I mentioned drones. Anybody ever used one? I'm curious about that. I've been looking at, like, tech stuff that I have interest in more and more lately. I think the higher priced drones are, like, closer to $1,000, which makes buying one fucking not worth it. It's a fucking huge investment to fucking sit there and spend a ton of money on a fucking drone, so I genuinely don't think I would want to fucking spend the money on it. Not a bad investment. I like the idea of it, though, taking pictures and flying it around, maybe even using it for picking stuff up. I've heard of people using them for deliveries and stuff and other such things. I'd like to try using one at some point, maybe. When we're talking about drones, it reminds me of, like, all these tech things that are going on in the world. I don't know how it's going right now, but I remember, like, a few years back, there were those military robots or whatever. They were showing off in the news, those fucking robot dogs or whatever, and the robots they used for, like, combat training. I wonder if they ever done anything with those. I don't know what their purpose is. Really weird to, like, watch how our technology has evolved. I'm sure it started, and Tricos might be your favorite. Your favorite starter shiny. Trico's got a good one, yeah. I'm thinking on the starters for a second because of the shiny colors. Like, trying to remember, like, all the big differences in terms of, like, how they all look, because there's a lot of them. Let's see. Trico's is good, I would agree. Mudkip's is also good. A lot of them have, excuse me, I meant to say, a lot of the starters had the problem, I feel like, with their shinies, where it seems like the color of the shiny is, like, way too close to the original. Not all of them, but there's a lot where it seems like they only change it slightly. I kind of like when they make the starter color look a little more distinguished than what it normally is with the shiny. I feel like Trico does a good job of that, and pretty much the whole line does in general. Charizard does a great job, even though Charmander and Charmeleon don't exactly look super different. Let's see, any others I can think of? I mean, Cyndaquil you brought up, he's good. I like Cyndaquils. I like the way it has that lighter shade of red. It just looks really pretty, in my opinion, for Cyndaquil. Actually, I don't think I've looked up what Typhlosion looks like as shiny. I'm curious what Google shows when I search it. Let's see what the picture of it looks like. I don't think I'm going to bring it up on the stream page, because it's take a bit of extra time, so I'm just gonna fucking Google it really quick. You guys want to see it, then you can just look it up. Okay, let me see really fast. What does this look like? Still got the reddish coloring, and surprisingly I can't... Oh wait, I'm seeing one with the flame on it now. I couldn't find one at first. It's a little underwhelming. Not bad looking. The reds... Well, it looks a little odd, to say the least, compared to how Cyndaquil looks, and I don't know if I like the way Quilava looks. I don't know if it's great, but I mean, pretty decent shiny. I don't think I've ever checked on Meganium either, actually. Let me look that up really quick, because I'm curious. There's a lot of... One thing that's fun is going around comparing different shiny colors and seeing which ones are the best. I always enjoy seeing new shinies. Meganium. Let me see. What's this look like? Oh wow, I'm looking at them shiny. Okay, I've got to be honest, looking at Meganium, I'm underwhelmed. I don't really feel like I love the shiny color of Meganium. Looks kind of in my opinion. Not terrible, just not great. Battle at the end of the stream? Maybe, I don't know. Right now I've been like a little bit busy, and these streams tire me out really bad, and don't really tend to get on and do much after I finish streams usually, so I don't know if I'll have the energy to do a battle. I mean, I guess I might. I'll see how I'm feeling by the time the stream's over. It doesn't help that I had that fucking asshole in the chat earlier who dislike bombed the fucking stream, so I had to goddamn halt the stream for 20 minutes to make sure he left so I could resume streaming, and that slowed down the pace significantly. But yeah, if I feel like I've got plenty of energy, I'll be down for it. I mean, if you don't mind, I can do it offline too and just do it after stream. I don't really care either way, but I guess I'd prefer to do the battle offline, just because the fact I want to spend most of my time online shiny hunting, like actually progressing towards the shiny, obviously. Feels like it's more natural to sit down and try to make a large amount of progress to what I'm doing right now than battling. One of these days, when I've got some free time, I'm not feeling like I'm obligated in the middle of a shiny hunt, I want to do a stream where we just play the game again. I do those sometimes for stuff like I did like Galarian and Zapdos, Moltres, and an Articuno before I went over to this when I got my Regidrago, so I did a little bit of normal gameplay. I wouldn't mind doing a stream where we potentially do trading stuff or doing battling, and I try team building after I get done with shiny hunting. I wouldn't mind it. I think that'd be fun. There's something on my fucking tongue right now that's been bothering me. Shit, whatever. I think it's gone. I'm not certain. Fucking hate that feeling. Like I was saying, anyway, where was I? The one thing I'm worried about for shiny hunting is I don't know how much more shiny hunting I'm going to be doing on stream or not. I mean, I plan to do quite a bit more, but I'm hoping I can put a quirk in it rather quickly. Like, I've got to say, let's see, I'm trying to think here. I know I'm doing every Gen 3 Legendary in this game, so when we get done with Registeel, that's part of the reason I think I want to take a little bit of a break from these guys. Not entirely, mostly because of the fact I've been doing static encounter hunts and they've been fucking slow as shit, but I mean, it'll be the finishing point for the fucking Regi trio from Gen 3, and on top of that, can finally go back and do Latios, and then I'm gonna leave Rayquaza for last. I think Rayquaza is gonna be a later target. Hey Zachary, welcome to stream. Good to see you. You haven't missed out on anything too important. Just been doing continual attempts at this Registeel, not having a lot of luck at the moment. I mean, not really a big deal. Yesterday was good. Also, yeah, when you mentioned Regigigas, I completely agree with how Regigigas is, even though Obviously, I haven't got the chance to see it in camp on my own game yet, because I don't have one yet, but I mean, out of all the Reggies, I don't know, like, your guys' personal opinion on this, Regigigas is easily the best shiny out of the whole group, in my opinion. He has such a nice-looking shiny. It's not even, like, extremely different compared to all the others. It's just got, like, some blue, and I think the eyes might be slightly different than they normally are. And yet the color on Regigigas looks really good, and it stands out really, really well. It's got, like, a very, very nice little subtle shiny, and I like that about it quite a bit. It's the kind of detail where it's not too much, not too little. I wish they had at least did that when it came... my throat. I have to stop to go get a fucking water, goddamn. Don't know what happened there, but I could feel fucking crust sneaking up on my voice there for a second. Anyway, like I was saying, yeah, I wish they did that more with Regieleki and Regidrago, where the shinies had a little bit better at detail and looked a little bit better than they do, rather than the way they are right now, because those are some kind of shinies, to be honest. They're not really living up to their full potential, in my opinion. Oh, man. I'm gonna be so glad when all 6 of these things are just done and over. I do not want to fucking even think about doing another static encounter hunt once I get Regigigas. I don't care. I'm not touching the Swords of Justice of the 10-foot pole. I don't have any urge to go and shiny hunt them. At least not right now, not anytime soon. I do kind of wish they'd let you shiny hunt Keldeo, though. I don't know if I brought this up on stream already, but, like, it still bothers me to no end that there's fucking shinies like Keldeo and Victini and, like, several other mythical Pokemon that have been locked since their introduction and have not had a shiny available ever since then. They just never released the shiny for them. I don't like how they've kept those shinies completely locked behind an arbitrary shiny lock, and for fuck's sake, isn't 3 generations of being shiny locked enough already? Is it not enough that you can just fucking let us get Victini and Keldeo by this point? And also Mayoletta while we're at it, because I know that one's shiny locked. It's like, just fucking release the shinies. Who are you even waiting on to release a shiny for anymore? Like, well, actually, now that I say this reminds me of something. Wasn't there data in the files indicating that there's supposed to be a Victini in the world map somewhere, and that you're supposed to be able to encounter Victini in the Crown Tundra? Nobody's found anything about Victini in Crown Tundra. Everybody's been looking around for clues of it and searching the game, and literally nothing has popped up. I'm wondering what they're doing with Victini, if they're going to, like, add in, like, an event for Victini later, since there's no sign of it in the Crown Tundra, and I'm pretty sure it has a Pokédex entry, so surely there's some reason for the fact it's in the data if it's not available right now. You know what would be hype around this problem? I don't know if it's going to happen in the first place. It would be really cool if they did another event the way they did, yeah, was it again Zeraora, how the fuck you pronounce his name, the electrical mythical Pokemon they released over, or like a den event like that, everybody had to fight it. It would be really cool if they actually did something like that for Victini. Have like an event, the idea would be go through and just do like a whole bunch of raids to beat Victini over and over again for the sake of getting a shiny one. That'd be a good way to finally release the shiny. It's been fucking way too long, so I feel like now's the time to release the shiny lock off of it. I wouldn't be surprised if we get some good shinies finally released this year. We've had a lot of Pokemon shiny locked, and now we're in the 25th anniversary, and it seems like Game Freak's way of celebrating it's going to be something along the lines of doing a nostalgia-based thing for all the older games, so I'm assuming we're going to get a collection or something, and I could see a lot of older unreleased shinies getting released like that, potentially. Maybe they'll actually re-release Gen 4 and they'll fucking finally let us grab the Azure Flute and go after Arceus. I mean, that'd probably be a good thing to add to a Gen 4 remake, is a fucking actual Arceus shiny hunt method instead of fucking leaving it locked. Oh, man. Excuse me, my fingers are fucking bothering me, and also just fucking feeling like, for some reason, having a little short on breath for whatever reason. I need some more water, and I'm running out of it. Fuck. Whatever, though. So I'm just thinking here on a moment. Actually, I'm gonna catch up a chat message in a second. I don't think I missed out on too much. Just double checking. There's your favorite and Reggie shiny. I don't know. I don't disagree with it being an alright looking shiny, but I don't feel like I love the way Reggie Drago is handled. I don't know, the blue on the arms, it just looks kind of odd to me. I feel like they could have done a lot more with it, and I feel like if they changed the color of the actual Reggie itself on the inside, rather than changing the fucking dragon arm sides, I would have probably liked the color a lot more for it, and I don't know, it feels like it was wasted opportunity for a cooler shiny. Maybe that's just me, though. Maybe I'm in the minority. I feel like there could have been something better with it. Same with Reggie Alecki to an extent. Those white bands look cool, but God, I was hoping for something else. I don't know what. I feel like they could have done something. I don't know. There's a lot of ways you could work with it. I was thinking like a blue shiny would look good on it, like how you see lightning. That would have probably looked good, like it looks like a lightning strike or something. That would have been a cool way to change the way the shiny looked. I don't know. Feels like there's a lot of wasted potential on some of the shinies. Not that it's that big of a deal. Can you guys give me just a second? I need to turn my ceiling fan on. I feel like my room's fucking heating up. I hate that it's bothering me right now, but I feel like I need some cooling going on in the room really badly. Ugh. Okay, that should hopefully help a little bit. Okay, give me just a second or two. Gotta check on a single thing before we continue. I'm not sure what all I want to talk about at the moment. It's the only problem, so just bear with me. I won't be too long. Here's something that's fun to talk about. You guys play sandbox games any, or play, not even just sandbox, I think I talked about this to an extent before, but not too much, like games where you can do like all sorts of things, or you can do basically anything just by the freedom the game has. Say, for example, Gary's Mod. Gary's Mod is really fun. I enjoyed playing it. I've gone back to that game a lot since I bought it, like, probably a good 10 years ago or something, maybe more, actually. I don't know when I picked it up, but it's always been one of my games in my Steam library I'm eager to pick up and play, and I enjoy it. Very, very fun sandbox game. So I'll continue on my topic in a second. I think I've heard of what you're talking about. I don't recognize that by name. Friday Night Funkin'. Let me double check what this is really quick. I swear I've heard of that. I don't think I've seen it, though. Is this a thing? It looks like it's a thing from Newgrounds or Itch, huh? Looks interesting. Oh wait, no, I've seen it. Yeah, I remember now. I forgot. I saw that on, like, a thing when I was watching somebody's live stream from, I was a Vine Sauce thing, like, I watch Red Scarecrow every now and then. I don't watch him as much as the others, but I enjoy watching his content every now and then. He was playing that Friday Night Funkin' game, and I saw that. I thought the game looked interesting. I don't know if it was the kind of game I would be hugely into. It looked pretty cool. Kind of reminds me of the Parappa the Rappa. Did I say that right? Parappa the Rappa? However the fuck you say the pronunciation on that's kind of weird. Those kind of games, not your average rhythm game, but still rhythm-based, that kind of thing is what I thought of when I saw it. Also, it looks like it's really goddamn hard, to be honest. I don't really play rhythm games very honest, actually. I played some of them. Like, it depends on the game you're playing. Some of them are okay. I don't really get into them. Namely, most of the rhythm games I've tried had the same problem that if you don't have a good sense of rhythm, then playing the game is fucking incredibly awkward and usually goes really, really badly, so I end up avoiding them and not playing them. I can't tell you how many times I picked up the Rhythm Heaven series when I was younger, and I tried to get into the game, and I failed miserably and basically fell on my face in game and just gave up after so much time. Like, I wanted to play it. The games are cool. They look really good. But I have such a bad sense of rhythm that I could not actually fucking bother with that. I could not do Rhythm Heaven. I'm fucking really bad at it, so never really played it too much. I played a little bit of it. I just never got good at it. I've never played it, but I mean, I've seen it streamed and watched a few times, and it looks pretty good. The sequels are fairly interesting too, so I mean, I've had some passing interest in the series and thought about looking into it. If I get a PS5, which I assume I eventually will, I'm probably going to look into some of that stuff. Like, I think there's a remaster of Parappa the Rappa and some other games that got released on PS4. I'm going to see if those games work on PS5 and pick those up. If I get a PS5, I'll probably look into quite a few games that I want to check out, so maybe I'll do that. I'm still debating when I should pick one up, and I'm thinking I'm probably going to hold off until there's a discount on PS5. I feel like I'm going to make a good purchase buying a PS5 right now while it's $500. Oh, excuse me, my throat's acting fucking weird right now. Something I was meaning to bring up that I forgot. Oh, right, that's it. I remember I was going to talk about rhythm games a little bit more, and I nearly completely sidetracked it. This is like a thing about the Mother series that I don't think I brought up before. Namely, I think it's only in Mother 3, actually, but I guess if you guys have seen the game. I don't know if you have or not. Like, one thing I like about Mother 3, you play the game and you get good at it. I don't know if it's like all the characters or not. There's like a little rhythm system in the game. If you like listen to the song and you start like hitting enemies and like time to the tempo, the beat of the song, you can get like a combo going. It's not necessary to play the game, but it adds like a little extra layer in your battles to make the game a little more fun. I don't think I actually was able to pull it off like very much when I played the game. I think I got like a 5 combo or something at absolute most when I was doing the rhythm stuff. It's just like it's not something I'm good at, so I wasn't able to ever really get very far with it. Honestly, I need to replay that game. Maybe even play it on stream sometime. Mother 3 is a fucking goddamn fantastic game. I love that game. Very, very good game. Very, very fun game, and got a great environment to it. Also, easy enough that it's not too pressing to beat it. That's one thing I like when I play an RPG, is my game's like simple enough that it's not fucking weighed down by either A, the difficulty, or B, fucking forced grinding. I don't know about you guys in terms of like RPGs. Sorry if I'm changing the subject here. I don't even know if I want to talk. I don't know if there's anything else I want to talk about with the rhythm game topic, so yeah. But yeah, I'd find that I like less grindy RPGs a lot more often. The Mother RPGs seem to be a very, very good case of games where not really any forced grinding, and it's fairly easy to get along the game. I'm thinking here, and let's see, compared to Dragon Quest, I guess, like that's one where there's a lot of unnecessary grinding. That wasn't fun, but I mean, I got through it and I enjoyed Dragon Quest 11, even despite the grinding. Ugh. I don't know if I want to talk about RPGs for too much, because I've talked about them plenty of times before on the stream, so Speaking of RPGs, one day I need to pick up and play Persona 5. If it comes to PC or Switch, maybe I'll eventually play it. I kind of having a little bit of interest in that Persona 5 Scramble thing, but I don't know if I have a huge amount of interest in playing it, so don't know if I'm ever going to bother picking it up or not. Also, fuck, I didn't pay enough attention if I had counted upward, or if I hadn't counted upwards or not. Shit, I'll just leave this on 214 for the moment. Give me a second or two. Ugh. Let's see here. Thinking on what all's going on right now, actually. I guess I can just ask this out of curiosity. Anybody picking up new Pokemon Snap? I think it looks good. I think I have interest in it. I don't know if I want it. Curious to hear people's thoughts on it and whether or not anybody here wants to pick up the game. I'm personally not sure I'm going to pick it up day one. I'm gonna wait and see if I can get it for cheap, because $60 is a lot of fucking money to spend on Pokemon Snap, and the first game was kind of not very heavy on content, so I mean, I'd like to make sure my purchase is something that I feel like I'm getting a lot of time out of, so yeah, I want to sit down and really spend my money and make sure it's worth it. Give me a second or two, I'm thinking on subjects that I want to bring up. One second. Here's something that's decent to talk about. Talk about tech demos in games. You guys like seeing tech demos for consoles or what? I'm curious about this. I'm trying to think on like really good ones. It's always interesting when you see a new console and you see different tech demos that get released. A lot of them seem to make it out in some way and happen to be fairly good tech demos, like how the Wii U had like its tech demos recycled mostly into Nintendo Land and Game & Wario, and those were pretty good. Those were both things I enjoyed playing, so I had a lot of fun with those. I still feel sad thinking about that Wario, or not Wario, I want to say Wario, but I'm going to say that Zelda tech demo that never came to fruition. It looked really good. Would have been a really good way to see a new Zelda game outside of Breath of the Wild, maybe. Or even a Twilight Princess remake or whatever with that kind of graphical power would have been really cool. Let's see, what's one I really enjoyed that I can think of, like a good tech demo? I'm trying to think on all the ones I've seen, actually. Mario 128 is famous. That one's a big one, and a very, very big one for good reason. Being developed as a Mario 64 sequel, also reading on Mario 128, there's so many bits and like so many little tidbits of information surrounding the game, and like how you can see it fell into other things is like a way they could sit down and make other game projects they wanted to, and it turned into like Mario and Luigi, Pikmin, all these other game projects, and I find that fascinating. I kind of wonder what a completed version of Mario 128 would have looked like, and if it would have been fun or not. Would have loved to have seen that come out. Let's see, any other tech demos I can remember from Nintendo, and also just thinking on others in general. I mean, I don't know about most of the other consoles' tech demos. I know there's like that Astro's Playroom thing on PS5, and supposedly it's pretty decent, so I guess there's that. I remember there was like a thing with like a bird showing off like graphical capability on the Wii U for like a tech demo, but that's all I remember for like others that didn't make it out of the gate. There were some cool ones, but yeah, there wasn't really a whole lot that was like super amazing, immediately want to talk about it kind of stuff that was like great for games. Honestly, tech demos usually are cool, but they don't really lead to anything. They're still fun to look at, though, and see, like, old tech demos, see what came of them. Always enjoy talking about that stuff. If there's anything else I want to bring up regarding this or not, actually, for this subject. Alright, another topic change in just a second that I think you guys will hopefully like. If not, whatever. So here's something that'll be good for discussing for a little bit. You guys prefer linear games or non-linear? I'm curious to hear about this. Do you guys like to play games where the focus as you play, you follow a story and you go from point A to point B, or do you guys prefer to have more freedom in games and do things your own way? I like both of them, I think. I personally lean a little harder into linear games, only because I like story in games a lot. I'll typically go and play a game even like just for the story if I have enough interest, so linear games are right up my alley. Obviously, if the story's boring, though, it can kind of be a detriment to how fun the game is and not really worth it. One thing I will say about linear versus non-linear stuff, I don't love when games put you on a straight path to an ending and then they restrict your exploration and don't let you, like, explore stuff whatsoever. I prefer to have a game that's linear and still has a little bit of openness to it instead of just completely linear. I don't know, those kind of games rub me in the wrong way. They're not a lot of fun, in my opinion. I guess non-linear are very good, too. It depends on the game you're playing, really, though. And one thing I will say I like, and I don't see in a lot of games, is a game that has a really, really well-crafted story and encourages, or not even story, well-crafted story or a well-crafted world, and encourages you to explore it, and that's something I enjoy. Breath of the Wild is a good example of this. Breath of the Wild did a great job building its world, and even without the story, you can get a lot out of it, and it feels like it's a good time going around and exploring things, and leaves you a lot of fun to have the game, a lot of good stuff you can do, and I enjoyed messing around looking for stuff to do, whether it be related to heart pieces, or not heart pieces, I'm going to say shrines. Those were technically what the heart pieces were in that game. So yeah, the shrines, or whether it be doing some challenge on something, and trying to mess around with enemy camps or whatever, that was always fun. Breath of the Wild did a very good job of it. A lot of games like that are non-linear are really good. Metroidvania games are good for that same reason to an extent. I'd say I enjoyed Metroidvania a lot of the time. Fun getting to mess around and, you know, look around, see what kind of stuff you can find, and try to get your hands on, and, like, trying to get your hands on upgrades and just explore the environment. I enjoy that a lot, and I think it's a good time going for stuff in a game like that. It's just fun to explore a game and really look around it. That's one of the more fun things in games, in my opinion. You just get total freedom to do whatever and just explore and enjoy yourself. Something about that that's really, really great, although it has to be done right. I'm going to be honest when I say that for non-linear games, if there's a game that opens up with an open world and there's nothing really interesting in it, then yeah, I'm probably not going to have a lot of love for that game if it's not actually set up where it's fun to explore the environment. I just don't enjoy exploring an empty world, in my opinion. It's not terrible, not great though, I don't know. I want to have purpose for looking around the world and checking things out. It's weird, I don't know if I'd say it's empty or not. Mario Odyssey was like a good example of something where you could mess around even after you're done and get a lot of time out of it, and pretty fun to just goof off and do whatever and see what kind of mischief you could get into in the game. And I enjoyed playing Mario Odyssey for that reason even when I was done. One thing I loved doing one thing I loved playing in Odyssey 4 was like going back, setting up, and doing a Luigi's Balloon World thing, despite the trolling with like fucking and clipping or other such nonsense. We're fucking just going around and exploring the world and messing around in it a little bit. I thought that was a really, really good thing to do, and I always enjoyed that. And testing your jumping ability is fun. Doing stuff like the fucking extended long jump with Cappy, and fucking diving to extend your jump as far as possible. That's always fun for tech. It's always fun to mess around with movement stuff in the game. And Mario Odyssey, very, very good game, in my opinion. Very, very fun time. Not my favorite 3D Mario game, but I can definitely say I've had a lot of good fun in it. Maybe I should try speedrunning at some point, try to get into a game that I regularly play and see if I can enjoy doing speedrunning of it, but I mean, I don't know. We'll see how that goes, see if I get any interest in doing that. I've had like a few things I wanted to speedrun, and I've never bothered setting up and doing like commitment to speedrunning. Also in like 5 encounters or something. I think I'm gonna go ahead and set up some custom music like I normally do every now and then for you guys to listen to for the sake of just putting on something a little bit different. See, I'm thinking on like food talk for a little bit, not like a lot I want to talk about food-wise. Give me a second or two before I continue. I had a fairly tame lunch and I wanted to talk about this kind of, like I want to talk about like, I guess sandwiches. I'm curious, do you guys eat sandwiches very often, or do you guys not care about them and not eat them very often? I personally don't eat them super often. Like a sub sandwich or something from a fast food chain or whatever. That's cool. Usually pretty good food, and I find that I enjoy eating that stuff, and usually it's worth it. I don't know if I'd say I love eating that kind of stuff. Subway can make some good stuff, but I don't go to it very often to get food, so I don't know. I had a peanut butter and jelly sandwich for the first time in a while earlier. It was good. I kind of felt like I got a little tired of eating it after so long. Still a good taste. I haven't made myself a proper sandwich in a long time, actually. The only problem I don't like with sandwiches is not even a big deal. It's more laziness. It's like, I don't like doing the work for it. There's some good stuff you can do with them if you put in the time, though. Even a grilled cheese can be good. Just sit there and put it in the microwave for a little bit, have it melt the cheese into the sandwich, and then eat it, and got a fairly good meal. Peanut butter and jelly is not bad either, since I mentioned it. It goes pretty good with milk. Also, tuna sandwich or turkey can be really good. Get some Miracle Whip or mayo or whatever, put it in the sandwich, and then use it to complement the turkey, and it's very, very good. Also, ham and cheese are like basic sandwiches. Those are things I like for sandwiches that I've had. As far as fast food, that's an interesting subject. Like I said, I don't go out and grab those super often. I get them sometimes. I eat burgers a whole lot, and I eat Subway sometimes. I'm trying to think if there's any others I get besides those that I've not mentioned. I like chicken sandwiches too. Actually, yeah, we're getting a fucking Chick-fil-A in our area finally, like really soon, and I'm very much excited about the prospect of finally getting Chick-fil-A. I'm very happy that we're finally going to have our own Chick-fil-A in the area, and I've been looking forward to getting Chick-fil-A food for the longest time, because I always found Chick-fil-A to be really, really good, and one of my personal favorites for fast food that I've eaten at. It's very good. Got other good restaurants I've been to that have great burgers or whatever. Just good food in general. Jack in the Box is good. I think they've got a new chicken sandwich. I've yet to try it, and I don't know if it's any good. I might try one and see if I like it. If I do, I'll get back to you guys on that and tell you how I feel about it, but I don't know if I'm gonna bother or not. Also, anybody know if there's a way to fucking delete the thumbnail from the YouTube thing, just like take it off entirely? I don't think there is, but I mean, I'm not certain. I need to get a thing to replace that, because I didn't want Reggie Rock being my fucking thumbnail for this, and I couldn't take it off of the thing when I tried to, so I don't know if there's any way to fix that. Also, I'll get some music up for you guys in a second. I apologize, there's something a little bit boring without any music. But yeah, I don't know if there's any way to remove this fucking thumbnail from the thing. I want to, but I don't think there's an easy way to fix it. Give me a second or two, actually. I'm going to look at a thing on my YouTube, and then I will get the music for you guys. I want to look at a YouTube studio thing really fast, though, and check on just one single thing, actually. Once I'm done, we'll continue. But yeah, let's see, we're talking about sandwiches or whatever. Different fast food, too, or different restaurants. What is everyone's favorite restaurant in the chat if you guys want to discuss? Curious to hear opinions on it. There's no wrong answers, so feel free to discuss and just say whatever you like for your sandwiches. That's fine. Oh, wait, actually, I think I can see where I can maybe change the thumbnail. But I don't know what I'm gonna do about that. Maybe I'll look for the default? I don't know. I don't know how it got into this fucking mess. Hold on a second. 1 second. Give me just a minute. I need to check on something. I am having a weird issue on my YouTube. What the hell? I found something weird going on with my fucking... What? Hold on a second. I don't know if you guys have ever seen anything like this. I have a weird fucking bug that came up on my fucking YouTube. Like a thing I liked, it completely disappeared from my... Yeah, completely, the likes on it completely disappeared from the video for some reason. I don't understand why that happens. If YouTube's like using a bot dislike thing, it's like... somebody disliked my video multiple times through like different accounts, and yet they removed likes from accounts I have for no good reason. I don't understand that. It's like, what the hell? Hold on a second. I want to check this. This is weird. Okay. What the fuck is with that? YouTube fucking... That's bizarre. What the fuck? That doesn't make any sense why YouTube would fucking take off if like actual likes and then fucking remove dislike somebody who's using a fucking multiple accounts just for the sake of being malicious. That's stupid, but whatever. I wanted to check on something with another video on something. I had to unlist it. It's a nuisance. Anyway, whatever. I'm not gonna worry about it. Oh shit, I can't see the stream page right now. Fuck, I need to pull it back up. My bad. Give me a second or two. There's a chat message I've missed. My bad. Okay, that was my fault. I'm sorry. Give me a second to get back to where I was at. That's weird, though. Really weird. I don't understand that at all. I'm not gonna bother taking the video off unlisted, though, so... whatever. Where were we? We're talking about restaurants, and if anybody here is listening out of curiosity, what's everyone's favorite restaurant they'd like to go to? Just curious to hear opinions on this matter. I'm not sure about my all-time favorite in terms of restaurants. I enjoyed Chick-fil-A a lot, and the fact we're getting one in our area is exciting for me, and I'm looking forward to visiting it and going to get food there every now and then, even though I imagine it'll be packed because Chick-fil-A is popular most of the time. Outside of that, let's see. I mentioned Jack in the Box is good. I like chicken places in general pretty well too, so there's that. I'm not certain what my favorites are. Chinese food's good. I'm not going to linger on the food talk for too long. Here's another topic I have in a minute that I want to discuss. Just give me a second or two and we'll bring this up. I wanted to discuss something regarding like different places to eat out, but not exactly. I wanted to discuss fucking something more like, I wanted to say you guys use like those services for delivery, and you guys use Uber Eats or what's it called, DoorDash, those kind of things. I'm curious. I know those have been getting more popular during the pandemic and been getting a lot more usage. So I'm going to set some music right now. Give me just a second. Won't take too long. I don't use them very often. When I have spare money and I'm really, really hungry, I do try to use yeah, I'll try to use like a DoorDash or whatever for the sake of just getting food that I want, because it's convenient, it's easy, you don't have to get out, and you just get it delivered to your doorway. It costs a little bit, but I mean, it's whatever. I don't think I ever bother, but when it comes to like McDonald's, I guess I do sometime. Only thing I don't like about DoorDash is it feels like it can be very limited. Sometimes you can get a lot of stuff from different places. Sometimes it's like not very much at all, and you can't really pick between a lot of different options. So fucking don't love like sitting there and then getting told that they won't deliver to where I'm at, or that they can't get it from where I want it to. That's something I don't like. I do like how more restaurants in general have like started the delivery service. I hope that's not something that disappears after COVID. I hope we can continue to have delivery for food as like a normal thing, frankly. I hope that's something that is very much something that doesn't go away. Hold on a second. I want to get the music up. I'm just going to wait a second or two. 1 second. Hold on a second. I just want to research what's going on here. I was looking on that thing about earlier, the likes thing. Really, YouTube? What the fuck? Out of all the things you can do, you choose to fucking remove likes from a video where there was a troll, and you don't remove the dislikes despite them being botted. You'd remove likes from somebody who's just trying to fucking get their video to not be bombed by a troll. That's something I don't understand. That's something that baffles me fucking greatly. I'm sorry, I don't know why this is still fucking something that's on my mind at all. Whatever, we're gonna play some music and just take it easy, try to relax. If I messed up on my count, whatever, I don't care. I'm not gonna get upset if I did. Okay, let me get the music ready so you guys can have something to listen to. Just a second, this will be good. Oh wait, this is what I was looking for. This is a fucking remixed version. I want to hear the original. Yeah, there we go. That's more like it. Turn it down, though. I don't want it to be too loud. There we go. That's better. That should be just the right level of volume. Here's something else to talk about for a little bit. Something we haven't discussed. I don't think. Maybe I'm wrong. So what are some fun activities you guys like to do? You guys do anything like club stuff or whatever? Do you guys not care about those kind of things or what? I'm curious to hear opinions on, like, do you guys like to do anything like game clubs or, I mean, I think there's like clubs that do like get-togethers for like D&D every week, and there's definitely like comic reading stuff. I don't get involved in that kind of stuff too often. I don't mind it, but I don't really have interest in board games. Thought of joining like a reading club. I've been looking into like some extra activities for side stuff to do when I'm not streaming. I don't know what all I have interest in. Try to meet new people that way, partially. I feel like that'd be a good way to get out and find more people to meet, too. Like a cooking club could be fun. I don't know if there's anything in our area for that. Also, reading clubs, because I haven't done any proper book reading in a long time. I read every day, sure, but I read mostly digitally on the internet, so it's like, don't really get a healthy dose of reading in my everyday life, so I'd like to be able to actually do more reading overall than what I do now. Just have a chance to sit down and read stuff and have some fun with it. I think that'd be fun. Check back on some books or whatever again. See, what are some other good ones? I've been to like only one like internet cafe that I can ever remember, and my god, that was not a fun experience. There were all sorts of people there, and just a bunch of older guys, basically, in in that area. I didn't enjoy that a whole lot. It's a problem with those things, they can be hit or miss. Some of them are good, some of them are kind of eh. There's a place that's pretty alright I've been to with my brother. We've been to some place where it was like, games were there, and there were people, and there was like a thing where you could sit down and play like all sorts of games at this cafe. It had like Mario Kart, and it had something, I think Smash Bros. On there, and some arcade games and whatnot. It was like a hangout thing in the area, and it seemed like a pretty alright place, so I enjoyed going to that, even though I didn't really talk to anybody. That was an okay experience. I didn't find myself loving it, but I found it to be alright. It was a neat experience, to say the least. You guys ever done anything like that? Just curious. I don't know if I'd bother with the club or not for anything, actually. I don't know if it's actually worth it, to be totally honest. I don't know if there's anything else I want to say for that exact matter or not, so we'll leave it off on that, and I'm going to look and see what else I'm in the mood to talk about, actually, at the moment. I got a lot on my mind, still. 1 second. Save some stuff on my computer really quick. Sorry if I'm moving away from talking for just a second. Let's see. There's so many things here, I'm not sure what I want to bring up is the only thing. We can talk about shows for a little bit, and I haven't talked about that for a little while. I wasn't going to, but I mean, sure, why the hell not? Talk about whatever. It can be about YouTube shows, animes, whatever you want to talk about. I don't give a shit. I just want to talk about shows for a little bit, because I'm in the mood to. I've been watching some One Piece, but I haven't already discussed it. I've been catching up on Dressrosa stuff. It's been really, really fun to sit down and get back into watching it and seeing the dub. Unfortunately, the dub's being released at a very, very slow pace, and there's not going to be another batch of episodes for a little while, and as a result, I'm a little bit annoyed about that, because I don't want to watch all of it and have nothing, and I've only got like 2 episodes left to where I'm sitting at before I end up running out of more, so it's like I've been waiting to watch it intentionally. Throat's acting up a little bit, sorry. But yeah, I've been enjoying it. Really, really good. The Dressrosa stuff is fascinating. I love how every time there's a new arc in One Piece, they're always able to make the characters more interesting than the last and make some kind of unique gimmick for each character that shows up. I love what they do with the show. They definitely have plenty of creativity. Doflamingo and the whole Doflamingo family thing is a really, really interesting thing for villains. It's set up in a way where I like it a lot. They put up a really, really interesting group of villains. It also came out at a very, very interesting time. I think it was like right after the Punk Hazard stuff. That was a fun little saga to watch of episodes. Not a crazy one, but one I enjoyed quite a bit. I like the whole mad scientist thing they were doing. Also, like, the whole thing with, like, what was it called? If I can remember, Thriller Bark was fun. Those kind of arcs. The fucking zombies. I enjoy seeing all the ideas they come up with. Also, the devil fruits. They've got some fucking crazy powers in the show. One thing I enjoy immensely about One Piece is seeing the newer devil fruit ideas they come up with and, like, exactly what all they've got for stuff they're showing off. Give me a second or two. I want to double check something, because none of my videos on the side of the thing I was listening to for music actually showed up this time. That's weird. Really weird. Okay, whatever. We're going to switch over to some more music from Mario and Luigi and just listen to something from a different thing entirely. There we go. Something from Mario and Luigi Dream Team still. Is this the fucking battle music? Hold on a second. I thought the battle music was a different name, although... this might be... No, this isn't the boss music. Never mind. Doesn't say... No, this isn't it. Okay, I'm not sure what this is from, actually. It's pretty good, though. I always loved the music from the series. Weird, I don't remember this at all. It really goes to show the game was kinda problematic in a few areas. It was good, but it had a lot of flaws that hurt it quite a bit, and one of those, excuse me, those, it was definitely the fucking lint, excuse me, sorry. Like, I barely remember this song. I wouldn't be surprised there's more good stuff from the game that I repressed because of how fucking long it was. How long is this anyway? It's about 3:34 in length. Interesting. Didn't expect it to be that long, but I didn't double check it, so alright, whatever. Is this the desert music? Why do I barely remember it? Well, whatever. Not like it's a big deal. Another fun topic for the moment, if I remember what I was actually discussing for a second, because I got a little bit sidetracked, my bad. Like, what's your guys' favorite environment and video games? You want to discuss that? Also, I didn't remember what I was talking about now. I don't know why I forgot so easy. I was talking about fucking shows that I was interested in. One Piece is one that came to mind. Also, it's a little bit of a spoiler territory, but I like how Attack on Titan's been going. Very interesting. Every season's been unique, and they keep the plot twists coming and keep you on your toes watching it. The final season has been fucking so goddamn interesting and so goddamn good, in my opinion. Not my favorite. I think it's still good, though, and I've been really enjoying watching it, and I like how there's a bit of a moral gray line, like who's actually the good guy and who's not. I find like Attack on Titan has been surprisingly getting better with each season, and I genuinely enjoyed watching it. I'm looking forward to seeing more of it when it comes time for next new episode. I'm not sure how to really feel about it, though. Definitely very violent, and yet I don't mind entirely. It was fun binge-watching and catching up on the entirety of the series, though, just over a short period of time, and, like, watching it just to get back to where I was at, and seeing stuff that I hadn't seen, like, second and third season. Very, very good show overall. The premise is interesting, too. I'm not sure if there's anything else I want to say there. Like, the Titans theme with, like, the non-Titan shifters is really, really good, and the plot lines they've been coming up with are great, but I don't want to get into spoiler territory for anybody who hasn't watched it, or I don't know what else I really want to discuss about it too much besides stuff like character deaths, and it's like I don't want to get into that territory right now and talk about that. I've been watching another good show recently, and Jujutsu Kaisen's been something I've been keeping my eye on, and I've been really enjoying that. Jujutsu Kaisen has been one of the shows that I've really, really enjoyed, that I picked up on. The animation for it's good. The humor is very much really, really nice. Story's not hard to understand, and you can follow up with the story without too much trouble, and I like that about it. It feels like it's a very, very good series. It's very, very interesting. Also, the whole cursed spirit thing is great. It reminds me of Bleach a little bit, and also a little bit of Naruto and some other shows like that. The whole vibe around it is really, really cool. I like the way they've handled it. I don't know if I've seen a show completely like it before. Kind of makes me wonder what all they would have done with Bleach if they kept it going. I don't know how I feel about the ending of the show. It wasn't bad, but feels like it ended at a really odd point, to be honest. Hey, Anime Traps, welcome back. You haven't missed out on a whole lot. You just missed out on a little bit of discussion for a little while. It wasn't anything super important. They got the trash and feed your brother's cat. Sounds like fun. I've had a lot of problems where I've let my trash get a little out of control and have to take out quite a bit at once sometimes. That's not a good habit to have. Need to set up a designated trash can again so I don't let that happen to me. So, I've been talking about shows for a little bit, actually. I'm curious, like, what all of you guys been watching, if anything, like, right now? Just, like, anything good and noteworthy it's, like, worth talking about, or nothing of interest came up. I've not really, I've been swapping shows more because of the depression problems I have, and it makes it easier to cope with, like, when I have a problem if I watch something, but I've been not watching a whole ton of them. Let's see here, I'm thinking, actually, it's mostly just the same few shows right now, actually. I mean, I've been watching a lot of, and like I said, I watched Jujutsu Kaisen, and I've also watched Attack on Titan Season 4 very much, like, keeping up with, like, the episodes as they come out, even though I didn't get into Attack on Titan until kind of late because I had to go rewatch to make sure I actually got caught up with the entire storyline, and watching all those episodes definitely took plenty of time. Yeah, I've never actually... Oh, excuse me, that throat. Oh, fuck. Never mind. I think it's okay now. But yeah, I've never really watched Sword Art Online. I've heard a lot of mixed opinions, and especially the storyline for it isn't super interesting, so I haven't really checked out the series before. It doesn't look terrible, but it doesn't look like it's the most amazing show, so I haven't actually watched the show proper. I've only seen, like, bits and pieces of it before. It's a few shows that I've kind of been having a slight passing interest in, like that I just mentioned about, like, Sword Art Online, like that Akame ga Kill or whatever the hell that show's called. That one seems okay, and I saw a bit of that on Toonami. I'm gonna have to watch that at some point and see if that's actually any good. Let me see, I need to find another song to play. You know what? Fuck it, it's old enough that it's like, it doesn't matter at this point. We're gonna play Bowser's Inside Story music, and I was gonna play, like, the final boss theme, because I'm concerned about people who didn't want any parts of it spoiled, but I mean, it's fucking 10 plus years old by this point, so if you didn't want it spoiled, well, you've had plenty of time to play the game. There we go. Some really good music. Also, one of the more really fun final boss fights. Not super fun because, unfortunately, it's kind of fucking easy, but I mean, whatever. I need to replay this game sometime. I genuinely love Bowser's Inside Story, and I bet that'd be a fun time for streams, actually. Pay mad at people playing Dynamax Adventures Raids a week. That throat's still acting up. I think I'm gonna have to go grab a water really quick. I'm sorry. Let me pause the music, and I'm not gonna bother putting the BRB up because I will be gone for just a second, and I don't intend to mute the stream, so I'm just gonna grab a water. I need to probably go grab some stuff at the store. I was not spending much money, and I'm gonna get a little bit of snack food since I have a little bit of extra left over, thankfully, that I took out. That'll be for after stream, but yeah, I need a water right now. My throat's acting up too much. I'll be back in a second or two. Ugh. Okay, I'm back. I think things are okay now. Just needed a second or two since, yeah, my throat's been getting really nasty lately and been interrupting my talking quite a bit. So, I mean, having that helps out quite a lot. Let me get the music back on. There we go. Should be good now. Okay, let me see. I think I read that already, but yeah, I can totally understand what you're talking about there. I understand the struggle of sitting there putting in a lot of time, wasting hours on hours and trying to get your hands on a shiny, and honestly more than that, I guess, in some scenarios, fucking not getting it, and then you see somebody get it way quicker. Yeah, I don't feel like it's that petty. I mean, maybe it's a little bit petty, but I mean, I feel like it's kind of justified when you sit there wasting time on your shiny target and then you see somebody else just start it and get it really quickly, especially if somebody bothers to brag about it to your face. That's always annoying. I've had that happen a few times with Registeel and people coming in the stream talking about how fast they got it, and then there was like that one guy who just came in the stream like, oh, I got Registeel on my first shiny, it's like, or first try for a shiny, it's like, do you really have to come in the chat room and try to brag about that? That's kind of lame in my opinion. Do not enjoy dealing with those kind of people. I can relate to that though, I can relate to that from having some unfortunate shiny hunts. Let's see here. I was going to talk about shows some more. Anybody watching the Pokemon anime out of curiosity? I haven't been watching it, but I'm curious to see if there's anybody here who's been keeping up with it. Apparently the last episodes of the Pokemon anime were about like the fossil Pokemon. Whoops, shit, I thought I only added one, and I think I added two by mistake. I saw like it was Ash, like with that Kara List character, and also I think they showed, I don't know if they showed all the fossils. I know they showed a Dracovish in the episode, apparently, and Dracovish seems incredibly goofy and fairly neat, actually. I'm surprised it looks like they handled it without it being fucked up looking. I mean, they're kind of just fucking poor abominations that got fucking stuck together by having the wrong parts attached to them. It's like, I'm surprised they were able to handle that okay in the anime. I need to check out more of the Pokemon anime sometime and see if I actually can sit down and enjoy watching it again, because I haven't watched it in a long time. I stopped watching it proper after, like, Johto, and didn't really watch it very much. Speaking of Pokemon anime, I remember there was also, like, apparently a revival of the, like, Digimon anime that I saw when I was looking at some stuff on a site, and I'm surprised the Digimon anime is back. I didn't think the Digimon stuff was that popular. I know there's some Digimon games that have popularity, but I didn't realize the anime was still popular, and I don't know. Digimon's cool. Seems like there's quite a few Digimon games that do pretty decently. I've never really kept up with them too much, but a lot of those games are very fun. I'm about to get one of the Digimon games on like one of these systems and play them. I remember a GameCube one I really enjoyed. Apparently that Cyber Sleuth game is pretty good too, and that looks like a fairly fun time, so wouldn't mind checking it out. Wonder how the new Digimon anime actually is. I remember watching it back when I was a kid. It was alright. It was a pretty fun show to watch. Got into some talk about some interesting stuff with a friend yesterday. Actually, we talked about Digimon. We also talked about Yu-Gi-Oh! And how Yu-Gi-Oh! Was really cheesy and really fun to watch, and I enjoyed watching that when I was a kid. That was a good show, and want to rewatch it. I'm still surprised it's still running, because I saw another Yu-Gi-Oh! Show called like Yu-Gi-Oh! 7 something or whatever when I was looking at some stuff when I was checking out on animes. I'm surprised it's still going. A lot of older animes seem to be getting revivals right now. Dragon Balls just went from Super to another series or something along those lines, I think. I know that the Digimon anime's back because I saw that. I also know that if there's a new Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime, it's like, I'm surprised how many big-name older shows are still around, actually. Also, there was like a Inuyasha sequel that was airing, I think, and I haven't checked any of that to see how good it is, so don't know if it's actually any good to watch or not. I would like to sit down and watch some of these shows. The only problem is, since they're so old, I don't know if I would really enjoy them as much now. Maybe I'll watch them. That might be a fun thing for the Trast thing we haven't used in Discord. I need to eventually set up a time for it and we can use it and could do older shows on it or something. M Gigas and Mama Gigas. I'm all the shiny Reggies. That's pretty clever, actually. I do like it. A little bit different from what I would think of for a name. I've been thinking on, like, a few names for these guys if I decide to nickname them, but since I don't nickname my Pokemon, I'm not going to bother. Like, I came up with a few that I thought were fairly good for just dumb names to name like all my Reggies I get, and I don't think I thought of a good one for Gigas yeah, I thought of a good one for Gigas or for Reggie Drago, and I don't have anything great for Reggie Alecki, but I do feel like just fucking nicknaming it Light Bulb or something would be a really funny nickname, just for how stupid it would sound. Also, I came up with some pretty good themed names, I feel like, for like each of the Reggies. Like, I could do Spearmint for like Spearmint Gum as a joke for Reggie Ice. Do like, I don't know exactly what I was gonna do for Registeel, something like mint and chip or something for, the fact that it has that kind of mint green color to it. I can't think of like a really good mint pun, and I was thinking of something along those lines for Registeel. Reggie Rock, I think I was going to name it something dumb like Choco Rock if I actually decide to nickname them all, so came up with a few nicknames for them. I thought they were fun, but I don't really nickname my stuff, so I probably won't bother with the nicknames. I mean, if I change my mind, it's cool to have some ideas out there already thrown out there just in case. I wonder if they're going to... Oh shit, I keep forgetting about the music. That's my bad. Let me put on another song. I need to pay attention to what I'm doing, whatever, though. Let's see here. Good music on sidebar. Give me a second. I'm just looking here. I really do need to make a fucking playlist or something for the sake of music, because I don't have anything for that. Let's listen to some Mario Paint music. Paint OST. I haven't liked this music, and I haven't listened to it in a while. Paint OST. 1 second. I just need to fucking look for the soundtrack. Is this the one I'm thinking of? Let me see. This is the title thing, but okay, I can do this. Yeah, that'll work. It's a pretty fun little song. Wait, what's that say? I'm not sure what that message has to say. Gone get rocked? Go and get rocked? Oh, go and get rocked. That's an interesting one. I'm not sure how I feel about it. That's a neat name. Oh god, listening to this is making me nostalgic, actually. Fuck, I want to see a new Mario Paint one day, although I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon, but Mario Paint was actually a lot of fun as a kid. I had a lot of good memories from just sitting around, messing around, doing whatever in Mario Paint, and it's fun to mess around, try to draw stuff, and observe pixel art, try to get used to it. Also, just like dicking around with the tools as a kid was surprisingly a lot of fun. Also, you had like the little mini game with the fly swatter. That was really good too. That was a fun time to mess around, seeing how far I could get in Gnat Attack, just goofing around with it. I think I spent like a lot of time as a kid just toying around with all the tools in Mario Paint when I was younger, just because I really, really liked it. It's weird to think we only had like Mario Paint and then one thing where there was like a set of sequels, like that Mario Artist thing, and they never attempted Mario Paint again. It'd be cool to have it come back in some form. I mean, we do have a little bit of Mario Paint in Mario Maker, but that's not really what I'm referring to. Oh, see, my throat's acting up a little bit. Okay, I'm not sure what all I want to talk about at the moment, except, well, I just been talking about art for a little bit. I've talked about it some, but not too much, actually. I'm curious, since I haven't really discussed this a whole lot. How many of you... Oh, shit, I hit the wrong fucking button. But yeah, how many of you guys like to do, like, drawing or any type of art, really? Whether it be, like, making stuff, like, from clay or painting, whatever. I used to really be into art. Part of the reason I don't do art very much now is because I don't have the supplies for it, and I have a good space in my apartment set up where I could actually do it. I found art's really, really good, though, even though I'm not great at it. One of my favorite pastimes outside of games and internet browsing is to sit down and practice my drawing skills, because I feel like I don't have the best drawing skills. I enjoy it. It's a fun time. My biggest problem with drawing is I need a reference every time I do something. If I try to rely on memory and try to draw something, it doesn't always go well. Sometimes it can go well, but I usually need something for reference when I'm drawing, otherwise it'll look really, really bad. Like, I've tried to draw a cat from memory and it looked fucking awful. It does not look like a good drawing whatsoever. I'm sure if I tried, I could probably do something like these guys. That'd be a fun stream if I didn't really want to avoid doing a face cam, so don't think I'll ever bother with that. So, yeah. That's weird. The music just stops and there's no actual fucking continuation to the next thing, whatever. See, this is what I think it is, or let me see. I'm gonna check this. This is just another thing for the fucking main theme. Yeah, I don't care about that. Let's see. What about this one? Yeah, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. Mario Paint. There we go. This is proper. Who's everyone's favorite artist in the chat? If you guys have an exact favorite you can remember, one that you enjoy watching, or even if it's like somebody who's got stuff in like a museum, doesn't matter, just curious on that. It can be somebody who does animations or whatever, like art or whatever. Now it doesn't matter to me, just interested to hear your guys' opinions on this. If I had to pick like an artist that I really like, unfortunately he's dead, which is sad, but I mean, one artist that I actually do enjoy watching stuff of is Bob Ross. I've got to say, that man is... I don't know what the right word for it is besides, well, he's a miracle worker, I feel like, and he's got one of the best temperaments I've ever seen of any person. That man is so calm, and he can do such a good job with his art. He's also got a very, very soothing voice, and it just feels relaxing to watch him do art, even though it's obviously all pre-recorded stuff before he died. But whenever I see that on Twitch, if I don't have anything better to do, and even when I do sometimes, I'll sometimes just drop in on the Bob Ross streams and watch him paint, and there's something very, very peaceful and tranquil about watching him sit there and work on his paintings. He's got such an amazing creative, like, art style to the way he does his stuff. Like, it's not something you would expect. Like, it really seems like he just draws whatever, or not really draws, he paints whatever on his canvas, and he can just put the littlest detail. Come somebody like me, I'd probably screw up doing that, but like, doesn't matter what he's doing, the guy can very easily make a small detail and turn into something really, really cool with his artwork, and I didn't really think that's impressive. Bob Ross has so much talent, and goddamn, the guy was a fucking skilled artist. He's also a really, really great guy, it seems like. It's really weird to look up on his history, too, because apparently Bob Ross was, like, actually like a drill sergeant or something in the military. I'm not certain of the exact details, and apparently he had a bad temper and yelled at soldiers a lot, and he didn't like that about himself, and talks about how he's glad to be away from that. I cannot imagine this nice guy who's just sitting here painting his paintings, genuinely being really happy and uplifting the mood for everybody who's watching, being a person who was really mean, the kind of person who would, like, yell at people and had, like, anger management issues. Bob Ross does not come off as the kind of guy who was somebody who was really, really rude. He just has that kind of personality where you feel like if there's any person who's perfect, Bob Ross comes damn close to it. Let's see. Thinking on other artists, actually, for a second, on the terms of, like, art and stuff that I haven't talked about, actually. When it comes to some stuff that I enjoy, there's a lot of, like, modern YouTube stuff that I like to watch, too. I think I talked about it a little bit, but Jaden Animations is really good. Ross has good stuff. I'd love to learn to art. I shouldn't do art with, like, animating or do better art, but I'm not very good at it, and I'm not confident in my skills. I'd love to sit down and properly learn to animate, though. That seems like it'd be a lot of fun. Probably a huge challenge, but still something that'd be worth it. Could have a nice skill to present in the portfolio if you actually learn to do that too, so I think that'd be fun. Wonder how long it takes to get good at animating, though. I'm assuming it's a very, very rigorous process that doesn't happen very quickly. I'm sure it takes a lot of time getting used to handling it, otherwise won't be very good. Let's see, I'm thinking on museum stuff and just for a little bit before I drop away from this subject and talk about anything else that I want to talk about. I'm not sure my favorite from a museum I've seen is. Da Vinci's got some good stuff, I guess. I don't pay enough attention to, like, all of his work. It's okay. I'm about the whole Da Vinci Code thing. I don't really get the Da Vinci Code. I don't understand how people think that Da Vinci has, like, some knowledge of events in the Bible. It's like, I don't really see where that came from, and I'm not going to get involved in the religious thing too much, so I don't want to talk about religion, but it's a really, really interesting thing how people talk about that. Also, Pablo Picasso's pretty alright from what I've seen. His art's pretty good. Apparently, Hitler actually was an artist. Okay, I think I'm done Mario Paint music after another song or two after this. Just wanted to put on a little more of this. But yeah, like I was saying, apparently Hitler did painting and art and stuff like when he was young. Obviously, Hitler's not a good person, but I mean, some of his painting and some of his art he's done has been really, really good. And I've got to say, like, guy's got some talent. Definitely should know to separate the art from the artist and admire a good piece of art. Shame the guy was, like, horrible and fucking racist and murdered countless Jews because of his fucking prejudice towards Jews. Ugh. What an awful thing to think about. Fucking World War II. God damn. I don't want to talk about gloomy stuff too often, though, so I'm not going to. I don't want to fucking ruin the mood of the stream. Is stream dead? Did it go down, or is it still up? I don't know if it fucking died on me. I think we're okay. Let me double check. I think we're good. Let me just see. Well, I'm gonna keep going. If it's dead, then my bad. I can't fucking easily check on it right now, and of course when I'm trying to finish, fucking stream would go down for a moment or two. As long as it doesn't actually kill the stream connection, though, that's all that matters. Make sure it stays on. I hate when OBS randomly just disconnects for no discernible reason, though. I'm gonna change topic from art to whatever for one more talking point for a little bit. This is a very, very long song. I'll keep it going, but I mean, I didn't expect it was as long as it is, actually. This is like 5 minutes, and I've only seen this past 2 minutes, and I thought it was a lot more interesting. Anyway, let's see. What all do I want to talk about for a second or two? Things I'm thinking of. I guess I can talk about one thing I was going to mention that I almost forgot about for Pokemon and, like, competitive Pokemons that I wanted to bring up. You guys do competitive Pokemon any? I'm curious, or do you guys not really care about it? Just interested to hear general consensus and your guys' opinions on competitive. I never really cared. One thing I didn't like about older games in Pokemon was setting up for competitive is kind of a very, very large time sink and can take a lot of time trying to get those perfect Pokemon to make things work. I'm glad the series has slowly evolved to being able to, like, change nature, change the IVs to perfect IVs and EV train, whatnot. All the big name stuff that I didn't like about it has been kind of made simpler, and I'm glad. I didn't want to have to worry about that too much if I wanted to play, and it's kind of made it where maybe I'll go back to competitive sometime. I think I've tried and it never went well. Competitive Pokemon seems cool. It's just like you go in, you aren't ready, you get fucking completely destroyed if you're not prepared for it ahead of time. Also, there's usually like little kids that'll come on, have like an entirely legendary team, and it's like almost impossible to beat them. I think the music might be done. I don't hear anything else on it. Give me a second. Here we go. Here's another good song. Last one. for the sake of right now. I don't know if there's anything else I'm going to add for... Well, actually, here's something that'll be good for Pokemon stuff for a little bit. You guys like doing a normal team, or you guys like doing themed teams, and you guys like doing stuff like, say, for example, set up a team where it's fucking all the same type, like a gym leader. Those are fun challenges for Pokemon. Not very easy, but say you get a water team. That's something that'd be fun to do online. Put up a bunch of different species of Pokemon, see how far you can take it with the right team composition. I think that would be a good time. Maybe the same for fire or whatever. Depends on what typing you want to do and see how exactly it works out. But I think that's a thing that's pretty interesting to watch people form their themed teams. I think I've tried that a little bit, and Let's Go never really got enough done to actually properly set up for doing any matches like that, though. Let's Go had some fun competitive matches, honestly. Like, it was easier to get in and play online against people because of the fact that there weren't so many angles to it. The biggest thing you need to worry about was really focusing on getting your IVs perfected, so you didn't have a lot to really think about when you were doing it. What else do I want to bring up for a last second topic? Okay, here's another thing that'll be fun for a second. It's just another change of topic. Whether or not you guys want to talk about it, no big deal. Not something that's going to matter to me. You guys like playing minigames in games, whether it be a minigame collection or not? Like, you guys like them in some games for breaking up the pace? You guys prefer to have no minigames? I think a minigame can be a good addition to a game. I think when it's like done really well, it adds a lot to a game. But if it's done really poorly, it doesn't really bring anything new to the table. I definitely prefer minigames. I feel like they have meaning to them, and minigames that are very, very fun, like the paragliding thing and Breath of the Wild, or say Mario Party's got good minigames overall. It's its strong suit after all, so I enjoyed Mario Party minigames. Also, WarioWare's micro games are great. I think on other ones, the fossil hunting thing on Pokemon is pretty good. That's another one that I enjoy. Okay, that was the last encounter. I'm just going to set up for getting the pattern ready for later so we can do the next one on Friday, and then we'll continue then. Tomorrow is going to be a day away from streaming, though, so I hope that's okay with you guys. I spent a lot of time on this and wanted to take a break now. Thank you so much for tuning into the stream and dropping by to watch. I really do appreciate the company, guys. I mean it. It made things a lot better. It's unfortunate that YouTube has kind of made things a little bit frustrating, considering that I had a troll come by and fuck with the video earlier, and I didn't enjoy that, but I mean, whatever. Not like it's a big deal. That's over with and not a problem anymore. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoy the stream, and I hope you guys have a great day or night. Like I said earlier, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye, everybody. Take care. Thanks for watching.